Good morning, Strategic Prepper community. This is Gil here, and I wanted to talk about Russia, Ukraine, and the war has started. And there's already three things that us as preppers can learn about this. First of all, you know my thoughts. I don't think that this is I don't think this is the big concern to us as individuals in the preparedness community in the US and Canada. I've got other videos that talk about what I think the real concern is to us, but this event has happened and we can still learn from it to become better prepared. So first thing that I want to cover, and let me read some of the articles here. This is a Breitbart. Ukrainian parliament allows citizens to carry guns amid Russia threat. This was a couple of days ago. This was 23rd. Today is 24th. This was yesterday's article. All right. So they waited till yesterday, all right, to pass a law to allow citizens to carry guns. And they say the adoption of this law is fully in the interest of the state and society. All right. Give me a break. You wait until yesterday. And then I saw this on Insider. Ukraine president says he'll provide weapons to any citizen who wants to defend the country. All right. You know me, I'm a big fan of guns. But here's the thing. You guys waited way too long for this. Way too long. You're going to hand out guns and all of a sudden people are going to become proficient with the firearms? All of a sudden, they're going to become proficient with small unit tactics? I don't think so. They're going to become proficient in dying is what's going to happen. And yeah, they're going to be able to shoot a couple of Russians. But we saw this in Iraq in, I think it was Sadr City, when you just gave a bunch of young guys guns and threw them up against U.S. Marines. They died, and they died in large numbers. So extremely irresponsible of the Ukrainians. This is why gun rights is so important. This is why everyone, not just in the U.S., but everyone should be fighting for their right to have guns and not just the hunting rifles. That first law actually was talking about hunting rifles. You can go get yourself a hunting rifle. What am I supposed to do? Open up a gun store and then go get my gun and become proficient in a matter of 24 hours? It's not going to happen. You have to have that gun culture in place so that as a government, you can rely on that. Oh, wait. Oh, what did our founding fathers call this? There's a word for it. The militia? Yes. Yes, if you trust your people, you will encourage a militia. So, let's see, just checking my notes here. So you've got to have your individual skills. It takes time to develop individual skills. You've got to develop small unit tactics. You know, even if it's just on the defense, it takes time. How are they going to get these guns to everybody? The troops are moving. What are you going to do? You're gonna look in the line, and there's going to be a whole bunch of Russian soldiers say, "I'll take my gun." It's just it's a fool's errand. Y'all waited way too long. And so gun rights, extremely important. You can't wait on the government to decide as necessary, because governments, you see with Ukraine, the people in Ukraine, the leaders in Ukraine wait way too long to make this decision. It's a good decision. Should have been done a couple years ago. Should have been done at the founding of the country. I mean, back when the Soviet Union fell down, you couldn't look and see the big Russian bear next door. I mean, come on. You should have made gun ownership mandatory or something. I don't know. But it's going to be completely ineffective. It's going to be counterproductive. It's not going to help you. So the first thing that we can learn is that gun rights are vital, and gun skills are vital, and gun supplies are vital. That's the first thing. That was three, but that's really one. All right. Make sure that you keep practicing with your firearms, and make sure that you fight on the political side for your right to keep your firearms. The next one. Even with a crisis, people are going to wait until the last moment to bug out. I mean, everybody knew something was going to happen. The threat was there. And even though it may not have been imminent at the moment, you still had time to prepare. And heck, 8 years ago, whenever that was, when Russia, the separatists went in, you should have been, if you're Ukrainian, you should have been preparing from that point. But you should have been prepared. And they're not. So I got this article. Germany offers Poland help with refugees. Just masses of people waiting until the invasion actually started, and then they're bugging out. You know, at this point, if I were in Ukraine, I think I would just stay in place. I would shelter in place. And you wait for the crowds, you're going to lose out. So if you're gonna bug out, it's better to bug out early and then return, and then maybe a few times you bug out and it's not necessary. Don't bug out with the crowds. There are swarms of refugees going into Poland, and now it's another crisis, and it's just something that is not good. And along the lines, the third thing that we can learn is people without a plan lose everything. There are so many stories of refugees from Ukraine even leaving their pets behind. You have a pet, you got a responsibility to take care of the dang pet. What's next? You're going to leave your kids behind because I can't walk? Come on. Had they had a plan, a family with a plan can plan to take their pets with them. And they can plan to have supplies. They're leaving everything. Well, you know, you leave everything because you're panicked. And that's what I am hearing, is that there's a lot of panic. Panic comes from poor planning or lack of planning. So as preparedness-minded people, we need to have plans. We need to test our plans. And something that we do here at Strategic Prepper, you see the videos. We talk about practice and testing and analyzing plans. It is so important. So make sure you have your firearms, you have your skills, you practice your skills. Don't follow the crowds, because the crowds are going to wait until the last minute for a crisis to act. They're going to be late. The country's leaders are going to be late. They always wait to the last. Don't follow the crowd. And 3, have a plan. Don't wait for a crisis to have a plan. Just have a plan, and then practice that plan. So 3 things that we can learn from the Ukraine crisis. All right, thanks. This is Strategic Prepper saying stay safe and stay prepared.